My name is Donald Ray Oaks Jr. I'm African American, 52 years old. I'm incarcerated at Maury Correctional Institution. That's P.O. Box 506, Maury, North Carolina 28554. That's the address to send like legal mail. The personal mail is P.O. Box 247, Phoenix, Maryland, 21131. I'm wrongfully convicted, illegally sentenced, and imprisoned under false, invalid, and stacked charges of attempted first-degree murder and 5 or 6 counts involving 6 Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department CMPD Street Crime Reduction Unit officers. On the streets, they're known as the undercover jump-out boys. I was sentenced by a biased and I believe the bribe judge, a black judge, to 2 judgment sentences of 345 months minimum to 423 months maximum. That's 29 years and 8 months to 35 years and 3 months, and 308 months minimum to 379 months maximum. That's 25 years and 8 months to 31 years and 7 months. This is 55 years and 4 months to 66 years and 10 months, which is the equivalent in function of a natural life sentence to a 37-year-old, because I was 37 years old when I went to trial on October 11, 2010. My case is State of North Carolina versus Donald Ray Oaks Jr. The Oaks is misspelled. It's O-A-K-S in the case file number. The case file number is 08-CRS-255-465-70. And the Court of Appeals case is at State of North Carolina versus Donald Ray Oaks Jr. number 218 NC APP 457. My case was misrepresented in the news, but here's really what happened. On about 8 p.m., I was at Giant Penny grocery store, and when it closed, I exited Giant Penny grocery store parking lot in my van onto the plaza, which only went one way. I made a U-turn at the median going back down the plaza, southbound. I turned right into the Matheson Avenue and stopped at an acquaintance house for about 7 minutes. When I left the acquaintance house, I proceeded down Matheson Avenue and turned left onto North Tryon Street and headed to the shopping center located at 2417 North Tryon Street. I made a right onto 28th Street and left into the shopping center's parking lot. When I exited my van on the passenger side to walk up to the sidewalk and store, I saw my mother's brother and friend Jake, Jonathan Chavez, sitting on the sidewalk in front of Beautiful Because I'm Me Salon. After Jay and I, gave our greetings, Jay warned me. He said, "Don, make sure your papers are straight. You know them boys are out tonight." And I understood Jay to be warning me to have my license, registration, and insurance, etc., in order, and that undercover jump-out boys were out roving, looking for black people to target. Just as Jay was warning me, 2 unmarked white undercover jump-out vans strolled down 28th Street with their windows rolled down, and they were containing white police officers dressed in battle dress uniforms, otherwise known as BDUs. The officer driving and the officer in the passenger seat were mean-mugging me or giving me hostile, threatening stares. I told Jay I'm good because I had just got my van inspected 2 days or so before. I had just gotten a new windshield put in, and I believed the police had no reason to stop me. I walked into the dollar store located at the end of the shopping center to buy cigarettes and CDs and DVDs. While I was inside the store standing, looking outside, because the store owner habitually left his door open at nighttime, I saw the same 2 white undercover police van circled the block of 28th Street and North Tryon Street for the second time, strolling, continuing to me mugging, and looking towards the store, that I was in, and also looking at my van. I tried to dismiss the idea that they were after me while hoping that they were looking for somebody else. When I left the store, headed back to my van, Jay and Dean, the barber who worked in the salon, were talking. And Jay was still sitting, and Dean was standing. Jay advised me to wait a few minutes before leaving so that the jump-out boys could pass on by and not target me for a traffic stop. I told Jay that I had to leave because my then fiance, Crystal, and my daughter, Asada,
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
They were waiting for me at the stores, and they were on their way to meet me there to pick me up. As I was leaving out of the lot, one of the jump-out vans strolled down 28th Street for a third time, turning right onto North Tryon Street, headed southbound. I turned left onto North Tryon Street from 28th Street and headed back the same way I came, as I routinely did. As soon as I turned left at the traffic light, one of the jump-out vans had turned left onto North Tryon Street from 27th Street to get behind my van, and they blue lighted me when I was right in front of the Bojangles. The jump-out vans contained multiple officers and at least one canine. I made a right into Matheson in front or right at the post office, located on the corner of North Tryon and Matheson Avenue. Police and jump-out vans attempted to stop me at this location, but I continued to drive down Matheson Avenue the way I came. Police and undercover jump-out vans attempted to conduct a traffic stop on me in my van in violation of CMPD pursuit driving policy. I made a left onto the plaza driving past John Penny, and I turned right into the BP gas station to avoid being boxed in at the traffic light of the plaza and East Sugar Creek. And I exited onto the East Sugar Creek exit. I turned left to drive up to the light, and then I turned left onto the plaza to travel in the direction I had just came from. Police and jump-out vans called for backup and patrol cars to get in line with the pursuit driving policy, because it was against policy for those vans, those jump-out vans, to initiate traffic stops. I turned right onto Matheson Avenue, headed back towards North Tryon Street, and I could see that the police were attempting to box me in at North Tryon Street and Matheson at the traffic light. So I cut through the Shell gas station to exit onto North Tryon Street. As my van approached the intersection of North Tryon Street and East and West Sugar Creek Road, I could see traffic light was about to turn red, and I could see unmarked and marked cars positioning to box my van in at the traffic light. So this was the third box-in attempt. So I cut through the Rite Aid drugstore to avoid being boxed in. I exited onto East Sugar Creek Road, and I turned left to go back up to the traffic light. Then I turned right onto North Tryon Street. Police had been training at the Police and Firemen's Training Academy, where they learned the vehicle takedown maneuver, and they were practicing this maneuver on me at this time. Police, in violation of CMPD pursuit policy 4A1 and use of force policy D and C1, 2, 3, 4, call for a felony stop to be conducted on my van. See the police statements, the prior statements. A felony stop, my trial show, requires police to cut off all exits, police to point guns at a subject, police to require the subject to put his hands on his head, to walk backwards, kneel, and submit to handcuffs. Police set up a police car roadblock at or near the intersection of North Tryon Street and Eastway Drive. Police exited their patrol cars positioned at or near the intersection of North Tryon Street and Eastway Drive, and they pointed their firearms at me in my incoming van to force the traffic stop. I was going to keep driving past the Texaco gas station convenience store because they had little to no people who were inside who could witness my peaceful surrender. I did this because I wanted people to be able to see, I was trying to find somewhere to stop so people could see, could witness the police and to discourage them from being able to, kill me, to kill and or murder me. I felt my life was in danger. I felt my life was in danger, and I turned right into the Tesco gas station parking lot. I jumped out of the passenger side of my van, and I fired high above a gray Impala intentionally because I could not see anyone to shoot at. I could not see anyone to shoot at because it was dark, because police had spotlights on me, and the flash blindness for my shooting the gun corroborated this fact. Police, I fired my gun. Police shot me 3 to 4 times. I fell to the ground, and police shot me at least 25 more times in an attempt to kill and murder me. Police handcuffed me. Police cut off all my clothes and my bulletproof vest and left me naked. Before cutting off my clothes, reached into my pants pocket and removed my extra magazine barehanded and the knives I had, leaving fingerprints, DNA, and serology evidence on them. There was one officer, a black man, that in violation of CMPD policy pressed his foot on my throat where I had been shot.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
He did this to cut off my air supply, attempting to kill me and make me choke off my own blood. At about 9:04 p.m., medic took me to Carolina Medical Hospital to be treated for 28 gunshot wounds.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
The next part of this, I'm going to show the cover-up and explain a little bit more about what makes this an attempted murder by police, them trying to kill me instead of the other way around. These police officers, the Street Crime Reduction Unit officers, were in the custom practice of conducting illegal traffic stops, and they were using excessive force. I recognize these type of police officers, and I had a reasonable fear because in October 27, 2004, I was tased by a police officer in the Food Lion parking lot, and it was unreasonably. The officer tased me, and I was complying with his commands to put my hands on the car. From that experience, I developed PTSD. So let me fast forward. I believe at the time that police were trying to kill me on this 11/20/08 incident. And these police officers, they cornered me. They put me in a bad situation, a do-or-die situation. And I fired my weapon. But when I fired my weapon, I shot above a police car.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
A gray car. I didn't know if it was a police car or if it was a citizen's car, but I shot above it. I didn't intentionally shoot at any police officer. Anyway, I got shot, and they covered everything up. I told the detective, the lead detective that was interviewing me, that I intentionally fired above a police car. And this is his testimony regarding that. On cross-examination by Attorney Chiki Okulu Okwara, in your interview with Mr. Oaks on December 10th, 2008, that was played in court yesterday, do you recall Mr. Oaks tell you he shot above a police car? Tell you that he shot above the car? Santiago said, I do recall him saying that. And he said that more than one time, correct? He said that because he could not find targets to shoot at, yes. He also told you he couldn't see. He said he could not see any targets to shoot at, yes. Did he say he couldn't see any targets to shoot at? Or he couldn't, Santiago said he couldn't see. He said he could not see. I could not see anyone, and I became frustrated. So he aimed above the cars and started shooting. Did he also tell you it was dark, if you recall? Yes, he said that it was dark. Do you recall telling Mr. Oaks on the tape that you appreciate him being honest with you? He said, yes, I remember that. Why did you say that? He said, I was being sincere. Mr. Oaks, came to us, or he was brought to us from the hospital, and he gave us, a clear statement of what happened that night. And his statement was consistent with the others that we had, both physical evidence, the video evidence, and the statements from the officers. What he told us was the truth. In my line of work, when we interview suspects, a lot of times they try to make excuses, He gave us a vivid description of what happened that night. It matched the physical evidence, the video evidence, and the statements from the officers. That's the end of the relevant portion of that. So if I told the truth and what I told the investigating homicide detective, Detective Miguel Santiago, matched up with all the evidence, then why did he charge me with attempted first-degree murder and 6 counts? Why did he write at the end of his interview with me that I confessed to the crimes I was charged with? Why did the prosecuting attorney proceed to seek a jury instruction on confession by falsely asserting that I confessed to all of the elements that make up the crime, when the lead investigator's prior statement and testimony was that I told the truth? So the question has to be asked, does shooting above a car equate to attempted first-degree murder? Does the answer change if police are involved, and if so, why? They did a lot of stuff to obstruct justice after the fact in my case. And one of the main things is the lead detective went in, the firearm examiner's report, and also the crime scene investigators' crime scene diagrams, and he planted a color code scheme to indicate that I fired into a police car. They released false police reports to the news saying that I shot out a window and the glass shattered and cut one of the police officers, give him minor injury. They did a whole bunch of my case, and it's like a laundry list of things they did in obstruction, and I need outside assistance. I need outside support and help to be able to expose what they did in my case. They're doing this to a lot of people. I just happened to be in a situation where I survived, and my story never got told. My court-appointed attorney railroaded me. The judge actually gave me a personal guarantee that I would have ineffective and deficient counsel. And my court-appointed attorney fought against me every step of the way to make sure that my defense never got presented. I need outside help to be able to show and expose the corruption, especially dealing with the prosecutorial misconduct and everything they did in my case. Something very strange happened also. The prosecuting attorney that's in my case is now the DAC, Department of Adult Correction Secretary, and she's trying to destroy the evidence that I'm trying to fight with to show that she did corruption in my case. You can compare that situation to Assistant District Attorney Tracy Klein that was in Durham. That did a lot of corrupt stuff in those cases there, and she ended up getting her license suspended. The DA that was in my case, Leslie Catherine Cooley, which is now Leslie Catherine Cooley Dismutes, is working to destroy the evidence, and I need outside help to get to show that what they did. Also, I had a right to self-defense. Most people don't believe that you can.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
Most people don't believe that you can have a right to self-defense. In this situation they put me in, I felt my life was in imminent danger. They use it all the time, and they kill and murder black people with impunity. In this situation, I didn't want to be one of those statistics, and I reacted on that to try to, preserve my life. So I need outside help. Anyone that wishes to reach me and speak to me can write me. My name is Donald J. Oaks Jr. My Opus number is 0304679. I'm at P.O. Box 506, Maury, North Carolina 28554. For personal mail is P.O. Box 247, Phoenix, Maryland. That's a mail screening address, and the zip code there is 21131. There's a lot more I can say. I just, there's a lot to my case, and my case could be a good jumping. My case could be a good jumping point for law school students, law school professors, to be able to teach kids about ineffective assistance of counsel, prosecutorial misconduct, judicial bias. It's just a whole lot. I'm innocent of the charges of attempted first-degree murder, and my study over 17 years has shown that the charge is really an invalid charge. There's no statute that says attempted first-degree murder. It's a joinder of attempt, an attempt statute, and a murder statute. And from my understanding, the North Carolina General Statute, North Carolina General Statute does not authorize the joinder of a felony, which is murder, and an inchoate offense, such as attempt. It's unconstitutionally vague charge. It punishes people based on the intent without actually showing the prohibited act. And we're not given notice of actually, what the prohibited act is because it's not defined. Jurors are often easily misled to find a person guilty based on the prejudice rather than the facts of the case and whether the facts of the case meet the elements of the charge. This is something that needs to be explored into, why jurors routinely find people guilty, especially black people, on insufficient evidence. So please reach out to me, and also chain email this little message, the summary of my story. God willing, I'll be able to fine tune, this message, so I can really break down all the corrupt stuff they did in my case.